Hello and welcome to the Musical Instrument Investigator. Today we're on the website of Anderson and Garland auctioneers based in the UK. We're going to have a look at their latest auction, which is the music auction. Now this has loads of different stuff, loads of records and things that we're not going to look at, but in terms of musical instruments it's about 120 or so. This auction is finishing on the 28th of February, it's the 25th today, so a few days left to go. Looks like the buyer's premium on this auction is 30%, it's quite high, so that's whatever the final hammer price is, 30% of that on top. This is a UK based auction, so bear that in mind if you're looking to buy from outside of the UK. Import, export fees, other stuff like that. Also, just to say, if you do enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing, like, comment, turn on notifications, all of that fun stuff, because it does help. So yeah, without further ado, I think we'll just blitz through this as quickly as we can. It's a whole range of musical instruments, so actually quite interesting. Hopefully we can find something curious. Starting off with accordions here, Hohner student accordion, Galdini 120 bass accordion there. This Maga Cole button accordion, that's quite an interesting looking one. Some quite nice examples here actually. Zuplan Alpa Harmonica IVD 4-row button accordion, 1000 to 2000. This looks like a pretty high-end thing with Burwood marquetry. Interesting. I am not an expert on accordions by any stretch of the imagination. In fact, completely the opposite, but that is certainly a nice looking instrument. If there are any accordion aficionados out there, please do let me know what the good brands are. Got a Hofner Club 2B Victoria diatonic button accordion there, a Seti Mio Soprani Cardinal accordion here. That's quite a nice looking one as well, 100 to 200 on that. Do like these kind of pearloid kind of finishes to these instruments. Does make them look pretty cool. I like the guitars as well from this kind of era of Italian manufacturing. Some quite nice stuff about, so always nice to see some nice looking items. I've got a Bale or Bay, whatever you want to call it, 96 bass, 37 key piano accordion, Hohner 72 bass button accordion, a Scarlatti Melodian there. And on to our favourites, we've got some English concertinas, 48 button there, 2 to 300. The 48 key one there, 100 to 200. A Hohner concertina there, 50 to 70. A Stefanelli 30 button Anglo concertina, a Scarlatti concertina, and a 20 button Anglo concertina, so a few there. A Crucianelli English system 48 key concertina. Let's have a look at that. It doesn't look like we've got any super high-end ones in this auction. Usually see something kind of fancy from one of the well-known English makes, but not in this auction. And it's a 48 button one here, retailed by Boyd of Newcastle. This one. There are definitely some concertina experts out there who would be able to tell you exactly what's what, but that is not me. Got a Yamaha flute here, a Blessing flute, a Mullenhauer and Son rosewood flute there, a Muramatsu, like very good brand there. So let's see, circa 1975. Oh, that's a nice little leather roll-up case for the main case. Yeah, good manufacturers, this Muramatsu. Let's see, something's withdrawn. A pair of Booz & Co clarinets, in fact. Selber B-flat clarinet there. It's clearly quite late in the day. Selmer USA clarinet there. Booz & Hawkes. Oh, a set of Scottish bagpipes there, 2 to 300. Turned blackwood with bone and ivory mounts, together with a later chanter. Okay. Some of these can be worth a fair bit, other ones not so much. A Rossetti cornet, a Lafleur cornet by Booz & Hawkes, John Packer cornet there. Melody Maker trumpet, lacquered brass soprano saxophone, gear for music, alto saxophone, nothing too crazy there. Academy SMS tenor saxophone, Yamaha alto saxophone. This is interesting. Brass helicon, B flat tuba. Yeah, that's quite cool. It's an interesting looking item. Do like some of these old instruments. Had a few repairs there on the bell. Right, we're on to some violins. 7/8 Dresden violin. Some good pictures, to be fair. Anderson Garland, can't argue. This looks like your typical kind of thing. Don't think it's too interesting. A continental violin labelled Zosimo Bergonzi. Okay, 300 to 500 on that. Let's have a look. Interesting looking violin. Neck graft there. Images. Oh, looks like it has quite a nice back. If we get to see that, yeah, quite interesting. Looks like it's got a soundpost crack on the back, I suspect there. Almost looks maybe something funny's gone onto the varnish. And that's unfortunate there. Couple of bows as well. Interesting. One stamped Dodd. Yeah, interesting looking violin. Shame about the crack on the back. Definitely worth bearing that in mind. German violin labelled Joseph Uldrich. 300 to 400 on this. It's getting pretty good photos all round so far. Can't complain. Another violin here. German violin, 600 to 900. Labelled Joseph Eduardi. Okay. Kind of fairly nice looking instrument. Yeah, quite nice back. So I had a repair at the button, neck graft as well on that one. Lots of shots of the centre. Would have been nice to get a bit closer shot of the back there, but quite interesting. Quite a nice violin. I suspect that this one definitely some kind of German violin, and that one probably as well, but actually quite a nice violin. Continental violin, probably Germany, labelled Alphonsus Paulo, 1894. Let's have a look. This one is a bit bonkers. Interesting scroll there. That's pretty mad. It's a slightly bizarre looking thing that needs definitely a lot of work as well. 1 to 200. Got some bows here. Violin bow. Silver mounted. See what else we got here. A few violin bows. Nickel silver mounts there. The violin bow stamped Albert Fischer. 50 to 80 on that. Viola bow stamped A. Vigneron. 150 to 200. Violin bow stamped E.W. Zofel. Another violin bow here stamped KGP. Looks like we're missing a headshot there. Okay, just assume it's a headless bow then. Another violin bow stamped Joseph Richter. And another violin here, German violin, supposedly. Yeah, quite believably so. 100 to 200. Viola labelled Wilhelm Paul Kunz, 1957. 500 to 800 on that. Definitely quite nice looking bow there. So a lot of pictures there. Steiner model violin, 40 to 60 on that. This does look like a pretty nasty trade instrument, yeah, for sure. So that we can definitely ignore that one. German trade violin, 40 to 60, some weird stuff going on there with the antiquing there. German violin after Steiner. Another trade violin there. 3 violins, let's have a look for restoration. These are pretty horrible. Yeah, nothing too interesting here, to be honest. Lots of bows and things and all their own cases. Let's see what's next. 355 English violin, circa 1900, 800 to 1200 on that. Looks like quite a small button on the back. Yeah, really tiny. I'm sure someone will be interested in it. So, German trade violin. I think I have bought stuff from Anderson Garland before, actually. So they do definitely have some interesting things at times. Let's see what else. Violin, bow and case. Probably 19th century English. Okay. Does look a bit kind of amateurish, to be honest. Now we're on to ukuleles here. Let's go back to the main thing so we can get an overview of what's going on here. So, Koa soprano ukulele, Washburn 5-string banjo, Westfield 5-string banjo, English 5-string banjo by Camier, John Gray dulcetta zither banjo, a filed cittern, good make. Do you have any other images? There we got 8 images. These are really nice images, actually. Done well on that one. And Paul Hathaway mandola, Czechoslovakian Cremona mandolin, luthier built cittern mandolin, twin neck by Tom Johnson of Newcastle. Okay, 300 to 400 on that. It's an interesting looking instrument. It's quite cool. Quite like that. Another luthier built cittern by Tom Johnson. Another cittern mandolin. Yeah, quite interesting wood there as well. Quite like them. Yeah, I think these are quite nice. 300 to 400. Not bad. Japanese Asturias classical guitar. Kimbara classical. Manuel Rodriguez Goya. 1930s Gibson archtop guitar here. An L50BK, 1 to 2000 on that. It's got the old Gibson logo as well. Quite straightforward, these early ones. Yeah, interesting looking guitar for sure. Tanglewood guitar there. Simar by Ibanez. Gibson J180 Everly Brothers, 2 to 3000 there. Sure, this will be popular. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. Martin, travel guitar there, vintage resonator, Washburn Dreadnought, Fender Dreadnought, Macaferry style guitar there by CSL. We've got a Taylor electroacoustic. Oh, we've got Tom Johnson again, luthier built parlour guitar, and a jazz guitar as well. Let's have a look at his jazz guitar here. Yeah, nice back on that. Doesn't actually look that old, to be honest. Yeah, 2021. I was going to say looks fairly recent. Tanglewood guitar there. Martin Concept J limited edition. That's interesting. What's this? All finished in holographic chameleon sapphire finish. Okay, bonkers. Not never seen one of these before, to be honest. Really quite odd. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen this before. So that's a bit of a revelation. Wow, 44 pictures. They really, really like this for some reason. So let's whiz through. Yeah, very interesting looking guitar for sure. Very curious. Yeah, like that. Interesting. But it is wood. It's just the finish. I was wondering if it was a composite. Only 55 of these guitars were built between 1998 and 2001. Fender Mexico Strat there. 1961 Golden Hofner. Serial number 59. Yeah, it's really nice. Old Hofner. Look at that back. That's beautiful. Some really good stuff in this auction, actually. Especially from the guitar point of view. Really cool. Yeah, nice looking guitar, that for sure. Fender Japan 61 reissue, 2005 Gibson Les Paul Studio there, Gibson Custom Shop Special Order 335. Nice top on that one. And nice back as well. Interesting. Rare Custom Shop Order 1997-1998. See, so what was that bit there? This guitar was originally purchased at Mum's Music, Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, interesting. In the UK now. Fender Mexico Strat there. Epiphone by Gibson Super Strat. Marlin Slammer. Satellite guitar. Tanglewood Quo Master. Okay. Let's see. 1958 Hofner President. Let's have a look at that. I really like these old Hofner guitars. Really got a soft spot for them, to be honest. It's an interesting configuration here on the pickups on that. Really quite odd. Let's just see what's here. Retro fitted sliding pickups. I was going to say, looks a little bit odd. Tanglewood semi-acoustic Epiphone electric guitar. Governor electric Hondo. Fender Telecaster there. Another Fender USA Strat. 2000 Fender Mexico. Gretsch Western Nashville guitar there. Fender Squier Stratocaster. Ibanez Custom Art Core. One of these Steinbergers. That's interesting. Epiphone Les Paul Special. Gibson Custom Shop R7 Gold Les Paul. Pickups have been upgraded from stock to Sunbear Alnico. Okay. Interesting. Yep, interesting. Let's see. Squier Strat. Yamaha SA 1100 there. Carter Pedal Steel. Tim DeWally Custom Active Bass. Or Whaley, whatever. Yeah, interesting looking bass guitar there. Pretty cool, kind of like slime green colour. I like that. That's pretty cool. Something interesting. Avon EBO style guitar. We've got a Roland Cube amp, Tracer Elliott there. Carlsbro Mini or Carlsbro Marlin PA amp, Boss GT5, Line 6 guitar amp there, Trace Elliott, Tramp Tube 100 watt, Marshall MG30, Vox Busker, Digitech processor and a Schala volume pedal, Vox Valtronics kind of pedal thing, Marshall JCM 800, North Court 15 guitar amplifier, vintage linear super 30 valve amplifier, Digitech Trio looper, Hudson Electronics broadcast dual pedal, digital delay pedal and Roberts wah wireless system there. We've got one of these Gibson USA line gig bag and a pig nose amp, Cube 80XL Fender Twin. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, I have to say, fair play to Anderson and Garland for their amount of pictures they've got. It's pretty good. Can't argue with that. Korg Pitch Black, Casio CZ3000 synth keyboard, Roland JD800 synth. Let's have a look at that. Some of these old synths are pretty cool. This looks like a kind of 80s-ish thing, or even maybe early 90s. It's got that kind of early 90s vibe. Let's see. Yeah, interesting looking one. Right, last few items I think here, and then we start to go into kind of pro audio that we don't really need to bother looking at. Clavichord 200 to 300 with makers label William R. Thomas, J.K. Rhodes, Ross End Castle, Burnisland in oak case. Okay, 2 to 300. This is pretty cool. This is like the most interesting clavichord I think I've come across. It's like really kind of like, yeah, quite rustic. Ross End Castle, yeah. I quite like this. I think this is really curious. It's a great piece of furniture. Yeah, it's really, really cool. I like that a lot, actually. Yeah, very interesting. We've got a clavichord by John Morley. These are more common that we'd see. And these Morley ones, not that uncommon. Yeah, really interesting that. Really curious. And then last lot that we're going to look at, a pair of congas and other percussion, 50 to 80. Yeah, I mean, a pretty interesting auction to be fair, and I've just kind of blitzed through it and kind of ignored a lot of the guitars, to be honest, but there are some pretty good things in here. So yeah, I'm quite impressed by Anderson Garland. Like I said, I have bought from them before, I'm pretty sure. I think they do have some pretty good stuff. I really like that clavichord, actually. I'm kind of surprised how much I'm kind of interested, but I love this Hofner guitar. It's really, really nice. Martin is kind of curious, but yeah, some really cool instruments here, like some of these luthier built twin necks. Yeah, some really good stuff, even a few interesting violins and bows. So a bit of everything for, you know, anyone really. There's lots of different stuff going on, so definitely worth checking out. So yeah, thanks a lot for watching again on our really kind of brief overview of this Anderson and Garland auction. Any questions, anything, feel free to drop a comment, and thanks a lot for watching. I'll catch you on the next one. Ciao.